What's up, lovely people of the internet? I'm Tony Hannitys, and we are going to do a live reaction to the Xbox Developer Direct of January 2024. Last year's Developer Direct, that's where they released out of nowhere Hi-Fi Rush, and that was one of my favorite games of 2023. I'm hoping that they do something similar this year. And that would be super, super exciting. It does kind of set a precedent, right? But at the same time, as a gamer, as a fan of new IP coming out, I'm always stoked to see what these developers have up their sleeves. So we already know kind of what they're going to talk about. Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2, that's a big one from our friends over at Ninja Theory. If you haven't played Hellblade 1, that's available on Game Pass. Also, Ara, History Untold, that's similar to Civilization, or I believe it's even the same team that did Civilization. Nevertheless, if you've not played Civilization, it's kind of like SimCity, but a lot more intricate, and you get a lot more personable with the people in the civilization that you're building. So I'm hoping that Ara is kind of like that. Avowed, I know very little about Avowed, so I'm excited to learn more about that IP. And then, of course, the big one, the Whamma Mama Jamma, is Indiana Jones. This, oh my gosh, I'm genuinely excited, but I'm also hesitant, right? Because there's not a lot of licensed IP out there that have been amazing. Spider-Man, that has been amazing. But some of the other like IP that came from pop culture and then moved over into video games, not so much. I mean, if you have any other ideas, let me know in the comments. Tell me what your favorite licensed IP video game is, and maybe I'll go try it out myself. This is going to be our live reaction for this event. Let's see what happens. 2, 1, 0. Let's go. All right, let's see what kind of trailers we're going to see. All right, covering all our bases. Nice. Good. Ooh, is this... Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So this is direct from the devs. Awesome. Honestly, I haven't met any developers directly from these 4 studios that they're talking about, but I have worked with game developers in the past, just on other projects and everything, and just the way that their mind works, just the way that they look at their own world that they're building and everything is it's fantastic. It's so interesting. Not bad. That was pretty upright. Oh, and they play D&D too, of course. Nice mocap suit. Oh, I know that guy. All right. Wonder how many of these people also work from home, like me. All right, Ninja Theory, Oxid, Obsidian, and Machine Games. All right, who are we gonna take a look at first? We looking at Obsidian? Yeah, we're gonna look at Obsidian. Okay, great. Yeah, Obsidian's behind like Fallout. Many of the games that you may already know and love.
I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed.
Avowed, yeah.
Avowed is an
okay, so it's an action RPG.
Heart of the Living Lands, a frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the Living Lands.
Okay. All right, I like that story.
We love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did Outer Worlds.
Is no different.
I enjoyed Outer Worlds. I only played like 2 hours of it though, but I enjoyed it.
Fantastical to give players a world and experience like no other. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Eora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal
connection
to you as the
multiplayer
player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world.
One thing Xbox definitely needs is more like really good single-player experiences.
That comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG. Here to talk more
Oh,
about
okay.
Avowed's
Just
combat is
explosion.
Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give
Neat.
you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play.
So I can
from
be
moment
Harry
to moment,
Potter.
uninterrupted. For all battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy
cool.
types. It's not just hacking and slashing. You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries, and special attacks.
Where are you going? Oh no, he dead.
If you choose to approach combat with a one-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range.
Oh, who's that
Using the
guy?
Tanglefoot
Is that guy my
ability,
friend?
You can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others
No,
must
you
make
should
sure
have blocked that.
prioritize, or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat.
Okay.
That means you can play however you want.
I wonder how you set that. Maybe on the controller it's like up D-pad and right D-pad for another like loadout.
Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage. You
I can
use your
dual-wield
enchanted wand
wands?
with
That's
these enemies
hilarious.
And then use your offhand weapon's power attack to shatter them. We've worked hard to keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample
All right.
choices for how to build and progress
That's pretty
their
exciting.
envoy in the world of the living lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions.
I wonder how
Some
much
quests in
like
Avowed will have you make
side
difficult decisions
quests that
with profound
there are.
consequences. Like this side quest you may encounter in
There we go.
Shatterscarp, the third region you'll explore on your journey through the living lands.
It was perfectly
As
timed,
you're
but I've
exploring,
never
you
seen
come
this
across
before,
the
so
bodies of these fallen soldiers. And as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki. Trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes. Not that I'm one to judge.
Here,
So is that me? Am I the lady?
take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't
Okay.
always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas,
Ooh.
trusting players to make tough decisions.
Ooh, those
in
gray
complicated
areas. We saw a lot of
situations.
gray areas in
My squad and I rested in
Starfield.
the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips. I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby?
Dumb baby!
I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you?
Well, funny story.
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Thirdborn.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions
Okay.
and the choices you made during this quest.
I tend to
Creating
be
an immersive
not an
experience
a-hole
like
when
Avowed
I
is
do these
anchored in the
quests.
world
I
building.
can't.
Art
I
director
can't be
Matt
an a-hole
Hansen
in
and
these
his
quests.
team
I
have
always
worked to
have to
create
do
a
what I
unique,
feel is like
colorful,
morally
and
right.
dynamic
I don't know.
visual style.
That's a problem.
From the outset,
I wanna
we knew
try
that
not
we
being so
wanted
nice all the
Avowed
time.
setting to feel rich, weird, and wonderful. We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique
These are beautiful
RPG experience.
sets, though.
By contrasting
wow.
the vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes. and each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis, there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
Oh, there's somebody. I was gonna say, like, where are all the inhabitants?
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled to share more about the game.
So
in
when's the
coming
game
months,
out?
And we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
Okay, fall. All right. So it doesn't look like there's any multiplayer. It looks like a very much a single player experience in this open world RPG. But there's a lot to do. Definitely a lot to do. I'll give it a shot. You know, I mean, this is going to be on Game Pass day one. And I'm very excited for it. All right, so fall 2024. Great. So it'll be on Series X and S, PC, and of course, Game Pass. Yeah, and I believe when they say like PC, that means obviously through the Xbox app if you have PC Game Pass, but also it might mean that it'll be available through Steam as well. That'd be exciting. We've put a lot of our first party titles have been put a lot of them been put on Steam as of late. Forza, Starfield, so Ninja House. I love that name.
Hi, I'm Don Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK.
Oh, nice.
We're now in the final months
didn't know
of
they were in
development
Cambridge.
on Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her
Yeah, I
battle
can't
for
wait for
survival,
this. Look at those
where we have once
hands.
again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about.
Yeah, the stuff
and
that they
we
were
hope
doing
you
with like
care
the
about too.
facial capture and everything is amazing.
Senua is back with a new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland.
Oh,
But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices.
yeah. So if you
While
haven't played
Furies are
Hellblade,
still
it's a
constant
commentary on
companions,
mental
She
health.
encounters new people along
Really,
the
really
way,
interesting.
some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little, this settlement became my tribe.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings. who have
10th
been
century
enslaving people.
Iceland. Okay, I have to
In the
remember
story,
that.
We're trying to be as faithful to history as we can up to a point.
Yeah.
Establishing a solid framework and then building more surreal elements on top. Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into
Yeah,
chaos,
I
and
saw
which in turn
those
has seen
giants in
rise
the
of
other
Droiga,
trailers.
A violent threat that has swept through the settlements that she'll discover.
Nice.
Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover, along with us, how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
So I don't think this is the game is not open. Like it's very much on a track, but there's still a lot to do.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
Wow. So they went to the source. Well, not the source, but they have some
Players will
real-world
find themselves
examples
traversing
to pull
beautiful
from
and
as
hostile
inspiration.
environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees in her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
On Saga,
Yeah,
we've
I
taken
don't like
everything
how
to the
I don't
next
like that
level.
feeling.
With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight? We have all new combat for the sequel. One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it.
Ow.
It does feel very different from the first game, but it's
It
very
looks
brutal
so
and you're
much
very
more. It
invested
looks
in
so
it.
smooth,
Senua
super
isn't a
polished.
superhero. She's fighting for survival.
Yeah.
And we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Yeesh.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into Senua's story. We were lucky enough to do a few reference gathering trips in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears. These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in
Yeah,
immersion,
you definitely want to
binaural
have
audio
headphones
is
when you
perfect
play
for
this game.
because
There's
through
no
headphones,
question.
You surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
So a lot more immersive. Wow.
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them.
Yeah. These folks were amazing at the Game
Their
Awards.
meaning in the music, it really
Very,
connects with
very
our game
impressive.
and elevated to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this
Wow.
creates a very
So they
immersive and a
rotate
very special
around
and
to
unique experience.
to capture that 360 effect as they're talking. Oh my
Our
gosh.
mission here at Ninja
That's some
Theory is
extreme
to
ASMR.
craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So
I
that
feel like
makes it
most
real.
writers, composers,
I'm so
artists
proud
feel
of
like
the
that.
Love, care, and passion our
They really
team here at
connect
Ninja
with the
Theory
character
are
that they're
putting into
building.
Senua Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey. A journey that you can embark on May 21st.
May 21st. We got the date. There we go, baby. Let's go. May 21st. Available for console, PC, and of course through Game Pass. So until then, try to play Hellblade, the first one. All right, so next up is what? Oxide? Are we gonna... Oh. Oh, is this a thing? Is that Square Enix? It is Square Enix. Oh, where are we gonna see? Oh, is this launching? Oh my gosh. Oh, this is so cool. This is cool. This is cool. Is this PAL World? What is this?
Greetings, Xbox players.
Hello.
My name is Masaru Oyamada, producer for the Mana series here at Square Enix. 聖剣伝説 Visions of Mana の情報を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに
Visions of Mana.
できる機会をいただけて
Okay.
大変光栄です。コンソールゲームとしては約17年ぶりとなる聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。
The first game in 15 years for the series for console. Oh, Final Fantasy Adventure. Interesting. I never got into Final Fantasy. By the time I even heard of it, there was already like 40,000 Final Fantasy games. I was, oh, it's too much. Yeah, that's a lot of games.
30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して
Oh, that's a cute character.
フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を体験してもらえると思います。シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。
Wait, do I kill all the animals? Because maybe I want to keep an animal? What? There's a lot of killing here.
今回これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井浩一さんとともに聖剣伝説 Visions of Mana の内容を紹介していきたいと思います。
Sweet.
Hello, I am Koichi Ishii from Grabs. I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players.
All right.
初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説 Visions of Mana に
Hello. Oh, you're mean.
デザインの方向
You're kind of
性
cute
から
looking.
モデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場
Aw.
でプロジェクトに参加しました。
It's Toadstool's cousin.
聖
Heartstool.
剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に
Oh, who's that
生き生きと動
skeleton?
いて
Oh, look at that
これまで
mouse.
自
He's
分が携わ
adorable.
った作品ではそれらをどうやって
That
当時の
crab
技術で
looks
表現
like
できる
he's
かにこだわっ
inebriated.
て作ってきました。
Okay, no, never mind. That fish
最
looked
新
like he
作
was
では聖
inebriated.
剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているのでバトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックル。ピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
Okay, you just run through people. That's cool.
今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物
Ooh,
にした
yeah.
いという
What is the
漠然と
main
した思いがあります。
character, the main mascot?
その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み。
Oh, I love
見た
Yorkshire
目はアルマゲに
Terriers.
よく似たセンザンコウや古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメー
He
ジ
looks
が浮かんで
adorable.
きて、それぞれの特徴を取り入れな
Does
が
he
ら
breathe fire?
デザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにも
I shall call him Fluffy and he shall be mine.
足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなど
Hello.
ゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
He's a Pikul.
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面
Oh,
です。
yes. A game like this, you need
コンポーザーが携わられた楽
some
曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも
music.
最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。 新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう、今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており、冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間、アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみ
Okay.
ましょう。
I mean, yeah, that's pretty common. You enter an area, you hear like that music. You're like, oh no, there's a boss somewhere. Oh, that's.
本作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説の
I don't know,
アクション部
that
分が
music
強化
while
されてい
you're
ます。
killing animals is funny to me.
空中で
It's
のアクショ
very
ンがバトルの
happy-go-lucky
核
as
と
you're
なっており、
destroying them
武
into
器での攻
oblivion.
撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。そして本作ならではの特徴として聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいます
Wow,
が、
that's a giant plant
その力を
dragon.
宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。精霊によっては様々な特性の違いがありますので、その効果とともに聖剣伝説の世界らしい不思議な力です。
So with this being said, we're getting a sneak peek, but this is not coming out today.
オリジナ
This
ル
is
モ
a
ンスターや
nice, fun
ピックリンも
surprise.
注目してほしいのですが、聖剣伝説
I love the
ジョンズン
Pickles.
マナは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえ
I
る
wonder if you
作
can
品にな
name
るよ
them in the
う
game.
山田君を中心にチームのみんなが
So your
頑張って
character can
作ってく
say
れ
the
ています
name.
ので、ぜひ発売
Come
日
here,
を楽しみ
Fido.
に待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユー
Yeah,
ザーの
I
皆さん
do
に
love
お
that
届
we're
けする
getting
本作
more
聖
like
剣伝説
JRPGs
ジョンズ・オブ・マナ
and
は今後も様々な情報を
those
お
kinds
届
of
けしていき
games
ますので、
on
ぜひご期待くだ
Xbox
さい。
and not
この
just
夏
the
この
other
忘れられない冒
Japanese
険を
platforms
Xbox
that
ユ
are
ーザーの皆さんに
obviously more
楽しんでいた
popular
だ
for
ける
those
日が
games, but
今から
it's
待ち
great
きれ
to
ませ
get
ん。
them on Xbox too. All right, summer. Great. So this will not be on Game Pass, but it will be available for you to purchase. Got it. Cool. Maybe it'll be on Game Pass after. There are some Square Enix games on Game Pass right now. Sweet. All right, so what's up next? Oxide. All right. This is Aura. Is the folks behind that actual like city building,
Hello.
world building
Welcome to Oxide
game.
Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V.
Oh, okay, so I was
We came
right. They
together
did
to
do
create
Civ 5.
Something new and innovative in a genre we all love.
Hey, look at this. This is so cool.
Our
Yeah,
history untold
why
is a
not?
game
Just
we
put Statue of
dreamt
Liberty in the
making.
middle of the city. Why not?
Aura is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love,
Ooh.
where you'll explore the world,
There's a
expand your
lot.
nation,
Oh, you can
govern your
actually
people,
like have
and engage with
battles?
your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same.
Okay.
With Aura, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
For example, we
Hey,
have over
she's
100
got it
instruments
just
on
walking
display
around
in
with
the
a bassoon.
office,
Why not?
Which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan.
Oh.
That's Dan. We started in his basement.
That's
It's been an amazing process to see.
that's a
from
real
concept
life
to
experience I have here a
started
lot.
small,
This is a
building a
living, this is a
robust
working
engine,
living
questioning our
studio. A lot
design
of people walking
assumptions,
around
and
here
prototyping out features,
from time to time.
rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Aura, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to
Again,
rule,
I want to know
chart
if
your own path to
if
becoming the
there
most
is
prestigious
multiplayer or
nation
if this
on
is
the
just single player.
For Aura, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency
Oh,
over their playstyle.
interesting.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique
Was that
perspective, and not
Alexandria's
just ours.
lighthouse?
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu.
Right.
One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Aura is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated
Ooh,
alternate
Mukaus.
bursting with life,
Moo
We created
elephants.
Authentic and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society.
That
of their
almost
dreams.
looks like Italy.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to
That's
feel
really
like they're
cool.
truly
Like you could
occupying the
build
world,
your
leading the people as
civilization
they thrive and
from
grow.
0 BC or whatever
of
all the
rule
way
how
up
you
till
want to rule.
today.
And no feature better exemplifies this than the Prestige system.
To win a game of Ara, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the world has ever known.
Okay.
This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The Prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they want to be. Do they want to pursue great works of arts and culture? Military might?
Yeah, just be a tyrant.
Scientific advancement?
Ooh,
The
mech
choice is
warriors.
theirs.
You can have mech warriors in
Ara,
this
there are
game?
no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to
Interesting.
win the game.
So if you've ever wanted to rule a world, you can be malevolent or not.
Monuments and
Like,
architectural achievements from throughout human history.
wow.
Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Ara that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally
I'm
won't see
generally
often in the
not
4X
fans
genre.
of like a
Succeeding
crafting
at
system, but let's see.
balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into
Okay.
the tools that you need,
Yeah,
and then
yeah, yeah.
finally getting to the outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Ara compared to other 4X
Yeah,
games.
I guess I got to get over the challenge
Crafting plays out
aspect
in
of
Ara
it.
at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources.
I personally
they
just
harvest
like to have
into
the
all
thing. I
manner
don't want
of
to put it
goods and
together.
components. Those are the
Unless it's
foundation
Lego.
for
That's a different
everything,
story.
from
If it's Lego, let's go. Let's put it
trade to
together.
improving their cities and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Ara encourages thoughtful advanced
So I have to
planning.
make
It rewards
individual
players who can
swords?
see
That
the
seems
strategic
like a
outcome
lot.
of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many
Simultaneous
strategy games have players
turn
alternate
system.
taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Ara, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and
So
strategically
this is the
plan for a
multiplayer
variety of
part.
scenarios in the moment. This system makes Ara just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of
That's
downtime
nice.
where you're not
I
doing
also I'm
anything.
not a fan of turn-based
It's not
games.
easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Ara,
Dude,
we wanted
that's
to offer a
cool.
fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our
Boudica.
leaders. Leaders are so
Yeah.
often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Copernicus and
Each
Confucius.
leader in Ara has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and
It
unique
says
leader
rash
trait
there. Does he have a
informed by
rash?
their
Does he
contributions
have
to world
eczema?
history.
I have
With a
eczema.
diverse global roster,
Does that give me like
we know
points?
players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless
The
perspective from
under
the
desk
people we're
hammock.
making Ara for. You.
Oh my gosh.
Building the game
I have
alongside
one.
real players
I
has
could
given us
I
that
could put
critical
one here,
player
but I have no room under my
In the
desk.
end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns
Oh.
out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive.
Too
or
aggressive?
disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our
Tone it
insiders
back.
made a forum post that was just,
Cougars, cougars,
Cougars, I hate cougars!
someone get these feline demons away from me.
Ah, yeah.
I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
Oh, look at that.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other. And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players
Yeah,
to
I've
get their hands on
genuinely
the
I've
game
genuinely
later
been
this year.
excited for
But the
this
launch
game
of
to
Ara is
release.
only the beginning.
it gives me a chance to kind of start from ground zero with a game like this.
The game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide
So I'm
Games,
excited.
Thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play Ara and to create your own history.
When? Fall. Okay. Okay, so we'll be on PC Game Pass. This is definitely a PC first game. So if you're looking for this to be on the console, maybe later on, but right now, just PC, WASD, mouse, keyboard, yeah, all of it. All right, so that's also fall. A lot of fall releases. All right, now we go over to Machine Games and we get into the Indiana Jones IP. Here we go.
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala,
Oh, they're in
Sverige, här
Sweden.
hos Machine Games. We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure.
Yeah.
Even today,
I mean, a
it's one
lot
the
of
most
games have been
iconic
inspired by
franchises
Indiana
in pop
Jones.
culture.
Tomb Raider,
In this
Uncharted,
game, you aren't
you know, all of
playing
those.
as Indy, you are Indiana Jones.
I mean,
You will
even
see through
Assassin's
his eyes
Creed
and
in
experience a
some
journey
form.
that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones.
Just the
When
adventure side of
Todd
it.
Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I'd had this idea.
Oh, so
for
he's
what it would
producing
be
it.
like
For those of you who don't know who he
what
is, he's the
Indy
head
was
of
going
Bethesda.
after, what period of his life it was
Interesting.
in, what
So was
kind of
Machine
arc he was gonna
Games
have.
under
And
Bethesda?
as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting.
I hope
and
this game is
supportive of
good
everything
because
that
I
we
guess
wanna
Harry
do with it.
Potter's Hogwarts Legacy was
I've been
good
a
as
fan of
IP.
this my whole
This is a
life,
licensed
and I
IP.
couldn't
That's a
be
great
more
game.
Excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana
I hope
Jones
this
game.
is better than the last movie. The last movie was, I'm sorry. I just did not enjoy it.
Missing Dr. Jones.
See how
While
this
you
looks.
were playing your pointless game, I was playing you.
See how Harrison looks.
You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of
Who broke your nose, bro?
I did. And forgotten in the sense
I did that.
of Africa.
Not bad. They got his little smirk. They did get his little smirk. Quintessential Jones.
Myths. History.
So did they actually get Harrison Ford to
Different
voice?
ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried. Just waiting.
Yes.
To be found.
Discover those puzzles.
Just run away.
Oh, it's him.
Watch me.
So I wonder when in the timeline this takes place, right? Is this... Oh, of course.
Throughout history,
They got to get that Wilhelm scream.
mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance.
Doesn't sound like
To
Ford,
draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe.
which
we
is
get a
fine.
perfectly aligned circle.
But it is weird because he looks like Harrison Ford. They did a pretty good job at that, but it doesn't sound like him. You know what I mean? So
I've had run-ins with these guys before. Trust me, it ain't a walk in the park.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I could keep up?
yikes. This game also seems like it's going to be very much on rails in the sense that it's going to be one single story.
Of the fallen angels.
There's gotta be side quests though.
Protector of the
I mean, I hope there is.
Chukulimani. The Great Circle.
All right, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
You have any idea how old that was?
All right, give us a date.
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character.
All right, I'm glad we're
and he
going to
means
get
so much
into it
to
a little
so
bit
many
more.
people. Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans
They got a
of him and the
rooftop
character for years.
hangout area? I need a
He's
rooftop
brilliant
hangout area.
archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in
Oh,
Indy's
they
shoes,
laser scanned
letting
it.
you see and feel what he sees
Wow.
and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting, and interactive world we've built. We believe that being
Kind of
up
glad
close
it
and
is first
personal to the
person.
adventure is key,
I do like third
making
person
each
from time to
action feel
time,
like
but
your own.
this puts you
Whether it's
right in the
hacking a
game.
whip,
Oh, you
solving
get the
puzzles
whip.
in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fist fight. All of these moments are much more intense in first person.
Yes,
But
100%
we still want
agree.
you to have those moments. Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat, the whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view.
Okay.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Thank you
and The
for
Last
answering my
Crusade.
question.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes
Oh
off
my
with
gosh.
what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact.
Is that the
sparking
actor that
Indiana's
plays Candyman?
curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
I think it
Following the
is.
trail,
Oh
Indiana
no.
heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
Well, you know what the end may be. You made this game.
On next
I hope
player
you know
roll.
what it is.
Stop. Need help. Stop. Maybe in Vatican. Stop. Indy.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when
Yeah.
we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be Indy if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard.
Sure.
But I think most of the time you'll have more fun and, to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using
I wonder where the
tools at your
save points
disposal,
are.
like the whip.
Like, could I save
It's an
right here
amazing global
for
adventure
whatever
with
reason?
action propelling you through your journey.
We have these really diverse environments for you to explore. Indy's journey will
Wow.
take you to the forgotten temples
Okay,
of
this is
Sukhothai,
concept art, but it's
the
still
pyramids of
beautiful.
Egypt,
Yeah.
the snow-peaked Himalayas,
Nice.
and beyond.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel
That
like
looks-
a true cinematic Indiana Jones
Oh, that
adventure.
looks so good.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music. John Williams is the original composer for
Yeah.
the indie films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
Nice. Yeah, I wouldn't think they would involve Williams.
We also take a very movie-like approach to things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And
Nice.
of course, our
Good
characters
fall.
do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot
Do I
riding
smooch
on this
smooch Gina? There's a lot of
She's been
smoochy
tracking
smoochy
the
with
lead for some
Indiana.
time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
Fine. What do you mean if I can keep up?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's
Yeah.
obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly
He looks like that kind of
and the
guy who
perfect
did,
foil for Andy. They're both
you know, he would measure
brilliant
your
people,
your
compelled
brain,
by their passions and obsessions,
whatever
but
that
driven down wildly by
practice was that the Nazis
Creeps up
did.
on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and
So
the
if
Great
you're gonna be a
Circle
villain,
is adventure
no
first.
monologue.
But in every indie adventure,
'Cause it's
there
gonna
are always
backfire.
those moments where he
Don't they
finds
learn this
himself
by
in the
now?
action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them in
Ow.
the back of the head.
I mean, that
And when you
works.
can't use your wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool. Just like you see
Yep.
in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make
Nice.
your way around the environment.
Okay.
You can use it as a distraction.
Multifaceted.
And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat. Everything you'd expect from Indy's whip, and hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game.
Yeah.
The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones.
I will say when
Obviously, there are a
Indiana
handful
figures
of
out a
puzzles
puzzle
on
in the
Wingbat,
movies, I love
but
it.
A lot of the puzzles
I
are
love it when you
optional
see the
and
light
are
bulb
just
go
there
off.
for the players who want to experience them. Epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
It's right there.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I want to thank you all for joining us for our
I'm
big
excited.
reveal of
I'm
Indiana
genuinely
Jones and the
excited.
Great Circle. Machine Games
I mean,
is known for
I
creating these roller
the
coaster
nice thing about
experiences with
Hogwarts
huge
Legacy is that it was connected to
surprising
Harry
twists
Potter,
and
but
immersive
it was
narratives.
very much a
exciting
lot of
for
new
us that
IP
we have
because it
been able to
was
stay
like a,
so
you know,
true to the Indiana Jones
it was
franchise
tangentially
and create
connected
such an authentic
to
experience
the
while still
the
being
books
able
and the
to
movies.
showcase what
This
makes
one,
us
they're trying to squeeze it
We are
into
making a
between
game
two
for
movies
everyone,
that we
whether
already
you are
know
very
back
familiar
and
with the
forth.
franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure.
Yeah.
I think that's something everyone wants to be part of.
Yeah, like I said earlier, we
I'm also
definitely
very
need
excited to
some
announce
more
that Indiana Jones and the Great
engaging
Circle will be
and
coming later
exciting
this
single
year,
player
and I
experiences on
cannot
Xbox.
wait to share
Oh no,
more
what's he
soon.
doing? You see that? He stole the thing. He drew a chicken nugget. That's what it looked like. $2020. When? Honestly, push it to 2025. Just push it. Do not rush this thing. I don't know when y'all started, but add another year. Add another year. All right, folks. It looks as though this is it. All right. So we're seeing some behind the scenes here.
Is it animals, children, and game developers?
Our mission here at Ninja
I'm
Theory
very
is
excited
to
about
craft
Hellblade 2.
life-changing art
There's no
with
question.
game-changing tech.
It is definitely going to be one of the games I'm going to put a lot of effort and a lot of time into. Aura, I've been waiting for this game. I'm very excited to get started on it and seeing what can be done in here. I'm excited. I'm a little bit yeah, I'm a little bit intimidated, I will say. Avowed is interesting. I'm not quite sure if I'll put a lot of effort into that game. I will definitely try it. But Indiana Jones, without a shadow of a doubt. I'm not a huge fan of the Final Fantasy land, the Final Fantasy universe. And this, honestly, it doesn't capture my attention all that much. But I'm excited because we're getting more JRPG. We're getting more Japanese-driven content for our consoles here in the United States on the non-Japanese consoles. So it's really great that Square Enix is doing that. Awesome. Well, that looks like that is it. Developer Direct 2024. We'll probably get another one in the summertime. And it goes into more detail for maybe even one of these games, or maybe a little surprises with another game. Those were my insights. That's what I thought. Let me know what you guys think about the Developer Direct 2024. What games were you excited about? Did you like what Square Enix was showing off? What are your thoughts about the licensed IP of Indiana Jones? Do you think it's going to be really, really good, or is it going to kind of flop? Would love to hear what you have to say about that. If you got to this point, give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourself a hand. I don't expect anyone to, but thank you so much for hanging out with us. If you have any other questions or comments, please leave that in the comment section down below. Links, as always, can be found in the description below. And I also stream on TikTok and Twitch. So if you want to go check those out, check my links. They're down there. All right. See you later.